Hey guys. All right, we are going to get started today with a strength series that I really like doing to connect into my upper back. Your thoracic spine, which is this upper back portion right here, can be rather difficult for hypermobile people to tap into. We do a lot of guarding there. We do a lot of kind of like faux stabilizing from the upper back. So we are definitely going to break down some cool exercises that will help you do that. We've done some of these in the neck and shoulder daily practice, but we're going to add on a little bit more, some ones that hopefully will feel really good for your upper back. At the end of today's class, we're going to answer our weekly true and false, which this week was what was it like? Being sore, hello, took me a second to get there. Being sore after your workout means it was a good workout. So we're going to address that at the end of class today. Don't let me forget. But this class is going to primarily happen lying face down. So I do want to caveat that if laying flat on your stomach is a position that maybe doesn't feel that great for you yet, this might not be the class for you, and that's cool. Check out my daily neck and shoulder class because that'll be a much better fit. But if you're cool being flat on your abdomen, we're gonna do this one together. So let's go ahead and find you some space on the floor, on the carpet, whatever feels good for you. The first sequence is gonna be something really small, and all you're gonna do is let your forehead come down onto the mat. You're gonna place your hopefully you guys can hear me. You're gonna place your fingertips on the mat, but bring them kind of so they're next to your temples or like next to your eyes. Now, from this position, I want you to take a big inhale, and on your exhale, softly slide your shoulders down your back. And now this is not sliding your shoulders together. This is sliding them away from the ears. And then go ahead, inhale, release. And exhale, slide your shoulders away from your ears. And inhale, release. And let's do that a few more times. And now as you guys cycle through this, you may start to feel your abdominals kick on a little bit. You may start to feel like the front of your rib cage pulls downward slightly and connects towards the abdominals. That's all really good stuff. We definitely want to feel a little bit of what is called like, quote unquote core connection here. So let's lean into this. All right, on your next exhale, you're going to slide your shoulders down your back. From this position, you are literally just going to lift your elbows. We're not lifting your hands. We're not doing this, guys. We're just lifting the elbows. Oh, I don't like doing that. Looking sideways. So, forehead to the mat, shoulders down. Slide your elbows up off the mat to the best of your ability. Hopefully feeling this in the upper back. And then lower back down. So you guys keep cycling through. There are a couple of key things to watch out here for. The first thing is sliding your shoulders back up around your ears and getting really grippy in this upper trap section. Try to keep the shoulders kind of low. The other big thing is that, I'm not even kidding, the first time I ever did this exercise, I could not lift my elbows off the floor. It took me like a week of practice to get there. My upper back was like so like dysfunctional, which is okay, because now I can lift my elbows up. But I say that if for whatever reason you like, this is more of a thought exercise than a do exercise, that's cool. Keep thinking about it, and eventually it will come. So, finishing off maybe two more. I'm going to do these with you because they just feel so good. Feeling the upper back. Not pinching the shoulder blades, just creating like a lift with the elbows. Maybe feeling the backs of the shoulders a little bit. And now you're gonna go ahead and lower back down. All right, so hopefully that felt good for you guys. We're gonna up the ante a little bit, sliding your elbows down just so they're kind of tucked slightly into your sides. It doesn't have to be super narrow or anything. Because you're gonna keep your body nice and long and strong. Put a teeny little squeeze into your bum just to help ground your hips. From this position, you are going to float your heart off the mat, initiating from your upper back. Now, this might be a tiny movement to start, and that is totally okay. If you guys are watching me here, I'll do a couple more. I want you to really think about this movement starting from the upper back. You might feel your core kick on a little bit. Finding the length in the back of your neck. We're not cocking the head forward, all right? We're not shortening those vertebrae. We're keeping the eyes down. One cue I do like to give here when you do this little lift and lower is think about keeping your neck attached to your upper back. All right, so let's try that again together. You're gonna start with your forehead down. As you very softly lift your heart, think about keeping your neck. Oh yeah. Hopefully that's a cue that works for you because it tends to work really well for people in studio. If you're feeling too much in your low back, very softly tuck your tailbone just a teeny bit. Think about lengthening your tail towards your feet. Hopefully that helps. And if not, maybe this isn't the exercise for you. You could also use your hands a little bit as an assist. I gotta say, I'm honestly getting some good height on this today. I'm normally not so lifted, which is nice. All right, let's go for maybe two more. You guys can have just been cycling through. Think about pulling the shoulders down. All right, I'm gonna stop a little short on the next one just because I don't want to let my head cock back. And I think it was, hopefully feeling your core a little bit. Okay, now, if that felt good for you, we're gonna advance a little. So we're gonna take your elbows back to that wide position next to your temples. Now, as you lift your chest up, you're gonna bring your hands with you. Ooh, that's a lot heavier. Holy moly, lower it back down. So once again, shoulders slide down your back. Bum presses into the mat just slightly, and as you lift your chest, ooh, that's a lot of core work. Okay, so I'm also gonna give you just one other slightly less intense variation, just because I remembered it right now. Lift just your arms, and then lower them down, and then lift just your chest and lower them down. And that feels a little bit better for me today. I think I could probably challenge myself a tiny bit with the arm and chest lift. Ooh, yeah, that's definitely feeling like work today. And you guys can finish off maybe like 3 more. Once again, finding that connection to the upper back. If your lower back is loving the sequence, again, maybe this just isn't the sequence for you. And whenever you guys are ready, you can, however it feels good to you, press yourself back off your abdomen. You can sit your bum back. I'm going to encourage you guys, don't go into a child's pose right now. If you want to come down and just kind of like rest, but do me a favor and just don't do that, okay? We built a lot of really nice shoulder stability, and let's mobilize it well, not just by stretching everything all out again. Okay. Coming up, hopefully you guys are feeling pretty good. So we just did a whole lot of work on the upper back, the backs of the shoulders. That's a really nice, just like short strengthening series you can do. I'm gonna give us just a moment to kind of unwind some of that, just nice and easy. So we're gonna go flat on your back to finish off this series. I know I have you guys doing a lot of up and down, but it's good to get some movement in. And We're gonna end with just a little bit of movement through the arms and shoulders. So finding yourself just in whatever is like a comfortable position for you. For me, that's usually feet planted, hips just heavy on the mat. Upper back is heavy on the mat. Back of the head is resting. Take a big inhale. And exhale. You're gonna keep your arms long. Lifting from your shoulders. You're gonna reach your arms up to the ceiling. Good. Letting your arms float out to the side, staying connected to the shoulder sockets. Floating your arms down by your side once more, connecting into underneath the armpits. If you need a moment to reset, lower the arms down, but we're gonna just cycle through. Now, as you cycle through this, I want you to just stay nice and slow, so you can stay connected to your arms. Connected to the shoulders. I want you to see how this movement feels, how the rest of your body reacts to it. Are you lifting up through the ribs? Are you getting grippy in the shoulders or neck? Can you soften those spaces? And if needed, do you need to make the movement a little bit smaller? I used to do a movement, this exact movement, and literally my range of motion was like the shape of a volleyball. I mean, it was very, very small when I first started, and that's cool. Like, that was just my starting space. My joints needed to gain some stability first. So there's nothing that says you have to go this super wide. Let's reverse directions. Once again, staying connected to the shoulders. The backs of the ribs are settled down to the best of your ability. As you breathe through this, breathe into your upper back a little bit. This one feels nice. Connect to the shoulder sockets and breathe. Right into the back of the rib cage. I'm gonna do just like one more. If this feels good, you can do more repetitions. I just wanted to do a short little wind down. Bringing the arms down, letting everything relax. Take one last final breath. All right, rolling onto your side or however feels comfortable for you to get up. That felt good. All right. Hopefully you guys feel a little bit more connected and activated in your upper back, in your neck. That's a really nice, just kind of like short strengthening series that you can combine into really like most of the workouts we do in here, along with any other class or just like a morning routine. I will do some more upper body strengthening work with resistance bands and weights coming up soon. But in the meantime, oh, let me not forget. I was going to forget to answer the true and false question. So being sore after a workout means that you had a good workout. So I always love giving qualifier answers because it's kind of like yes and no. It all depends, right? Let me grab my sweater because I'm getting chilly again here. So being sore after a workout, basically what that means is you created little micro tears in your muscles. And don't freak out because that's not a bad thing per se. Historically, people always thought muscle soreness had to do with like lactic acid buildup in your muscles. That was a product of like anaerobic working out. It's like all technical jargon for just saying they thought it was like a physiological response to working out. In recent years, though, people have looked back into what muscle soreness actually is, and it's a product of, like I said, micro tears occurring in your muscles. Now, micro tears happen when we do strenuous exercise. Micro tears happen when we push ourselves, and they're not inherently a bad thing, because your body learns to adapt and it heals those micro tears and you know, and your soreness goes away. And then your muscles are, you know, conceivably come back stronger and better. Now, the caveat to that in the hypermobile world is that there are just like a couple of things to remember when it comes to working out to chase a burn, working out for the purpose of soreness. And the first one is you always want to remember what is the point of your workout. That is something that I always come back to when I'm teaching, when I'm working out for myself. What is my intention behind the workout? And typically, my intentions, like historically, my intentions were like, let's feel the burn. But typically these days, my intention is I want to walk away from my workouts feeling good, and I want to walk away from my workouts feeling stronger. So if you're finding that you're doing workouts for the purpose of feeling the burn and chasing the soreness, but you're not actually like long-term feeling better or stronger or more like functional in your day-to-day life, it might be a good time to reevaluate. And that's why, you may find from a lot of these classes that you don't actually get all that sore. It just kind of depends on the body. It depends on your body's recovery rate. And that brings me to my second point when it comes to that idea behind like how soreness and hypermobile bodies interact. Because one thing you do have to remember is that typically hypermobile bodies and hypermobile tissues do take longer to heal. And so that means that when you're doing a workout that does make you sore, which isn't inherently a bad thing, it can be a really good thing, you do want to make sure you're building in the appropriate amount of recovery time, because hypermobile bodies just take longer to recover. Our tissues are more malleable, they're more lax, and as such, the body just needs more time to heal those micro traumas. So can soreness be a good thing and an indicator of the body adapting and getting stronger? Absolutely. But if you're working out for the purpose of chasing the soreness and feeling the burn, that may not actually be a good indicator of whether or not your workouts are effective for you. And again, that all comes back to intention and kind of staying top of mind with how you're feeling and how your body's reacting to your workouts in the long term. So I wish I could give you guys a cut and dry true or false, yes or no, but I do think that was an important one to address, and we'll definitely have some more true or falses coming up in the next couple of weeks, because I think they're kind of fun. So now I'm going to tell you guys sayonara. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.